Hey everybody, it's Ronnie with Syfy Monkeys, and I am here at Crypticon with the beautiful Anastasia Baranova. And you may know her from what I think is an awesome series on Syfy right now, Z Nation. So yeah, we wanted to talk to you about that. How are you enjoying the show? I mean, you're working with some great people, DJ Qualls, Kalita Smith. So, how do you enjoy the show?
Oh man, it's so cool. It's so cool. We've got a really, really talented cast. We have a really talented crew. So most of our things are, most of our like stunts and things are done practical, which is really, really cool. Because every day you come to work and you've got some crazy new makeup and somebody who's dressed God knows what. Yeah, all the actors are really supportive of one another. So when we have these crazy long shoots, we really just help each other kind of get through them, and it's fun.
Right on. So, the end of the season is, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but we obviously know you're going to survive. Can you tell us anything about the next season coming up? Or, I mean, you guys have shot 4 episodes?
Yeah, I think we're already done we're working on our 4th one. We get out of our little predicament in a very creative way. And then basically season 2 is madness ensues. Murphy is on the run, as you saw at the end of season 1. And now everybody's after him. So it's this crazy goose chase of trying to track down Murphy, and is California still there? And obviously we're still coming across other survivors, and mixed interests. Worlds collide.
Right on. So you guys film over in Eastern Washington, right? Whereabouts in
Spokane.
Spokane. Is it warm? You guys film summertime?
Yeah. We started in middle towards the end of April this year, and we'll go all the way until the end of September. So it was actually crazy. On Friday we were filming out God knows where, and it was beautiful, and then a thunderstorm came in. So we had to take a little break.
Never Washington for that,
Right. And then 5 minutes later it was beautiful again.
Right on. So what can we see in terms of Addy for next year?
She really
Because she really went through some deep stuff in the first season.
Yeah. So she took a nap. She ate some carrots.
Her boyfriend had a lot of strange dreams.
They had like some awkward conversations. But basically, for me, there was in trying to figure out where the character was going. I met with the writers and we said basically, she clearly to have survived this far, there must be something in all of them, some sort of a gene, some sort of a something, and. I think for her it was just a matter of kind of getting overwhelmed with everything, but then when things get crazy again, she doesn't go down with the burning house, so to speak. She snaps out of it and is like, that's not me, that's not who I am, I'm going to survive. So for her, season 2 is really about really recommitting to the mission and turning into a warrior and really fighting for something bigger than herself. Because really what's at stake, obviously we don't know, but we have the potential to save humanity, which will take precedent over, any personal stuff.
And which is going to take such a toll on, each character, considering they're in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, and now they have hope. When there was no hope, really.
And it's so fleeting too, and it's right there, it's in your hands, and then it gets taken away so often and so violently, and so you become super attached to it. And I think that's kind of where she gets. It's like my motto for this season is like, "Fuck you, world, I'm going to save you," because you've now taken enough people that I love that I'm not going to just let this thing go down.
Okay. Well, honestly, Addy is. My 2 favorite characters are Kalita Smith's character and Addy. When you, like I said before, you had really deep scenes this year. How did you prepare for that? Because those were really deep, and you really pulled off some wonderful acting.
Oh man, that's so sweet.
You actually, that's about the only time during the whole show I actually started to tear up a little.
Oh man, that's so
you
sweet.
You were crying and everything, and I was like, so do you get really involved to prepare for the emotional scenes? Or?
Yeah, that was pretty challenging because most of the things I've done over my career were sort of on the more comedic side. I could do that stuff, but I lean more into like comedy and stuff. So it's tough, man, because you try to get into the psychology of like spoiler, like killing your mom because she has now turned into a monster that's just killed your. Like, what do you mean? You know what I'm like? What do you? How do you at all prepare for that? So yeah, I spent some time just. I couldn't really work too much with thinking about my own mom because I think my brain is just like, no, your mom's not a zombie. Sorry.
And you don't want to think that
And
way.
you don't want to go there, yeah. So I went with far more with just the idea of really losing somebody that I love. And what I found is whenever there's a lot of physicality, it really helps to get yourself in there. So when we were doing the flashbacks, like when I'm stabbing her and stuff like that, that kind of revved it up. And then everything really just has to do with how incredible our crew is. Because, you know, a lot of our stuff is like funny, gags, haha, fart jokes, zombies. You know, and when it's like that, we kid around, but everybody knows, you know, if we're moving into something that's a bit more intense, everybody just gets really quiet and creates the, you know, the environment to where you can do that. Because you really got to feel safe. You know, you got to feel safe to be able to kind of just put yourself in a space where something might happen that you actually don't even know will happen. Mm-hmm. That's like the magic stuff as an actor, because, you know, you plan a lot of it, but if you can create the environment where you know like the main points that you got to get to, and then everything else just kind of flows and you become just a human, you know, living under these imaginary circumstances. So that was it. It was just, you know, sort of preparing my stuff and then really just relying on that to do its thing and just trust that I've got the space and it can go wherever it needs to go.
How do you deal with all the blood and guts?
Oh man! Well, what's actually really funny is I mean, you know, I know it's not real. But this year I wrapped early and I still had some like blood stains. So I went to the bank like a wad of cash and I walk in and I've got like blood stains on my neck and on my hands and you just see the girl's face. And I should have gone with it longer. I did, and I'm just like, just kidding, it's pretend stuff. And she was like, I've had people bleed on my counter. I don't know what's gonna happen. So you know, I mean, it's fun. But I have, you know, I've been talking about it. I've had really weird dreams recently, and I've also been watching a lot of The Walking Dead because I've gotten into it because it's awesome. So yeah, I had a dream the other night where like I had like an antique store or something with my boyfriend, and this couple comes in and they've got like an AK-47, and somehow I disarm them and I shoot them and they don't die, so I shoot them in the head and they still don't die, and I'm like, what is this? They should die. They should be dead. Like totally not even freaking out, but just like continuously like popping them in the head and like, what? Where is my brain going?
That sounds
it's
wow.
So weird. It's so weird. And like I've had dreams where just different aspects of the show have all like molded in my brain, and somebody's wearing a costume from one episode and doing the things from another episode, and I'm in the midst of it. And it's disturbing.
It's all right. They're just dreams.
They're just dreams. They're not real zombies.
So besides Z Nation, when is that? Do you know when we should start seeing that?
September. I don't know an exact date yet, but I know that September is what they're telling us.
That's still too far.
I know. All summer long.
Besides Z Nation, what else are you working on? I heard you may be working on Alumnus.
Yeah, so Alumnus is a film that I read for, almost 2 years ago or something like that. So I know we had funding and then something fell through and we're going to do it and we weren't. So I don't really know what's happening with that. And after I finished season 1, I went back to LA and auditioned for a little bit, but because we shoot for pretty much 6 months out of the year, it kind of takes up half of the year. So it's kind of hard to try to get in on projects because most of them shoot.
Filmings and stuff like that.
Yeah, they shoot around the same time. So I just took some time off. I do a lot of voiceover work back in LA, working on video games, fun things like that.
Evolve.
Right? So, which is so funny because they're always titled something different when I'm working on them, and then it'll come out. But apparently fun fact, sometime soon there should be a ninja killing zombies game coming out that I'm like the little like the character that pops up and helps
Oh, yeah.
the guy. So yeah, I don't even know what it's called now, because whatever it was called in the day is not what it's called now. But ninjas killing zombies. I mean, you should be able to find it whenever that comes out. So that's got that going on. But mostly really it's just, prepping for Z Nation and.
Awesome. Well, I do love the show.
Awesome.
I've watched actually twice now.
Yay!
So and I watched it first with my DVR and then on Netflix when it popped
Isn't
up.
Netflix a miracle?
Oh, it's amazing.
Just
Well, I'd like to thank you for talking with us.
Absolutely.
And we've got to get you back to your fans. And then, So, again, I've been talking with the wonderful and just gorgeous, look at her, Anastasia Baranova. And you guys check out Z Nation. He comes back in September, as she said, this year on Syfy channel, which, of course, is a lot of great shows going on right now. Or else you can catch it on Netflix, or there's some other places you can probably do, like Amazon, and catch it right now.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're going to go check out more Crypticon with Anastasia. See you guys later.
Thanks. Nailed it.